the toolbox is opening. When a toolbox opens, it looks like a dialog box, and it requires some parameter. Means there will be some requirement from that toolbox, and we have to put those values in the toolbox. I'm just clicking this one, skipping this one, close. Now the toolbox will be opened. Similarly, the toolbox of your field will be open. Nothing different. Now see here, just make it the full screen for the clarity. See here the specification. We are interested in order to design the filter, as we have discussed in the first webinar, using the very first slide, that whatever are the requirements, those requirements are said to be the ideal. So those ideal requirements are converted into the specification with the help of the practical approaches, or we can say we are interested in order to get the parameters. So here, if the requirement is given that we have to design a low pass filter or high pass filter having this cutoff frequency, then we will describe if this is the cutoff frequency, then what is the pass band frequency, stop band frequency, what is the allowable attenuation in the pass band, what is the allowable attenuation in the stop band, and what must be the transition band. Because when we say the ideal wave filter of this frequency, for example, if we ask any students, what is your requirement in a particular subject in terms of the marks, then naturally he or she will be interested for the 100 marks. It is the ideal condition. But due to the practical reasons, means she or he has to cover the whole the syllabus, and perfection is required in order to get the 100 marks. But it is not possible to represent in the same manner whatever we have learned, because the Fourier series says any information can be represented with the help of the another set of the equations or the informations or the vectors, provided these are orthogonal to each other. As we have discussed in the first webinar, that if we assume the three vectors in the real life, then we will get infinite vectors which are orthogonal to each other. So in order to represent anything in another domain having the same accuracy, same information, infinite precision is required. That is impossible for the practical purposes. So there is a need of the filter specification, that is the conversion of the ideal terms into the practical work. And after this, and what is the filter specification? For that purpose, we have to use that type of the approximation, how the transfer function will be calculated, and so on, and how we will calculate the cutoff frequency, pass band frequency, stop band frequency, and how we will calculate the pass band attenuation, stop band attenuation, and what will be the value, what must be the transition band. After these calculations, we will get these value, and then we will put these values here. For example, say if we select here the low pass filter, and then we select the FIR or the high IR filter. Again, by default, suppose we have selected the FIR filter, then either we can design having the minimum order or the specific order. Suppose we select here the minimum order, whatever is given here, then frequency, etc. here, and say there is change something IIR. It will take time in order to design the system, because when we select any particular option, when we say design the filter, it means now the computer using the MATLAB platform will work each and every, will perform each and every steps which we manually used to do during the time of the designing. So here if we select here the design the filter will be designed. Now see, this is the dialog box. In the dialog box we have given the inputs, and from where we have derived the inputs? From our knowledge, experiences, practices, and as per the requirement what was given in order to design the system. And after the calculation we selected the different here the values here, then we select one option, design the filter. When we say design, as we have discussed, design means we have calculated the coefficients for that particular type of the systems here. Now this is the frequency response of the filter in the pass band. This is the response here having the attenuation. In the stop band there are the ripples of this value here. Now if we again interested in order to analysis, then we will move to this one, analysis for the phase response. Means this is the amplitude response, how the phase response will be there. Then we will get here the phase response. If we select the phase response, somebody was asking about the stability and etc. of the system. Then whatever is your field, whether you are from the mechanical engineering, you are from the electrical, electronics, civil, whatever is your field, you select the toolbox according to your field and according to your interest. Now see here, suppose if the impulse is given as the input to this system, then how after this disturbances, how the response will be there. This will be the input response of the system here. Similarly, if we are interested in order to here say pole zero plot. Now say the pole zero plot of that system means what is the order of the system, what will be pole zero. Now say suppose when we selected this, then what is the order? Order is the 50 and the structure is the direct form and it is stable. Yes, source is designed here. We have designed the system here. Now if we are interested in order to change the architecture, similarly we can analyze another type of the here the phase response, magnitude, group delay, phase delay, impulse response system. There are so many analyses, and after going through these analyses we can decide whether the designed algorithm is useful or not. And if it not, naturally there is some need of the modification, and accordingly we will modify our algorithm and again we will design it and again we will analyze the responses, and after getting the satisfactory result we will move to the next section here. That is, suppose we are interested to this one here, that is the interested to realize the model. Means whatever we have designed now that can be utilized as a block, and though that block will be a part of our system. So I think you are getting my point. We have started our journey from the very basic concept that what is the engineering. In the engineering we have to utilize the rules, regulations given by the mathematicians and the scientists. And naturally, when we will utilize these rules, regulations, then we will get the mathematical models. And in order to get the more and more accurate result and precise result in the real life, the complexity of these set of the equation increases. And in order to provide the ease of calculation to these equations, we have to select such type of the interactive, computational, applicative language which is useful to us. That's why we have selected the MATLAB. And if we have selected the platform which is facilitating us in order to solve the problem, and then we will analyze the results, and after the analysis if the result is okay, then naturally that model will be utilized in our project, in our practical one, or in our R&D research paper, or in our PhD, whatever is our field or whatever our interest, we can utilize that model here. So here we have selected this one, that is the realize the model. That is, and when we select realize the model, then all the concepts will be included, and we will get one block diagram having the input and the output. Means whatever we have calculated, whatever we have analyzed and derived, now all things will be included in a single block. We know that in order to solve the problems, the computer is necessary. There is necessity of the computer, or computer understands the language like the prescriptive, descriptive, and the applicative. And presently we are discussing the applicative language. And after understanding the problem, computer will solve the results, give the result, give the responses, and we will analyze. The next step is to utilize those algorithms in our designing our system. And for the purpose of the analysis, we have to use the block diagram, signal flow graph, data flow graph, or the dependence graph. If we are interested in order to describe the architecture of the algorithm, then we will use the block diagram representation. And if we are interested for the information of the signal, then naturally we will go for the signal flow graph. And if we are interested to describe any one particular iteration of that algorithm, then we will use here the which type of the graph? Data flow graph, DFG. And if we are interested to describe the complete algorithm, then for that purpose we will use here the dependence graph. Now we are moving towards a block diagram representation, and in that block diagram we will utilize our design system. Means here if we say digital system, as in the first slide, first day we discussed that if the system is dynamic, then it must have the memory, and if the system has the memory, then mathematically it will be represented by the differential equation if it is the analog type, and if it is the digital type, then that will be described with the help of the difference equation. Here we are discussing the digital system. It means this will be represented with the help of the difference equation. When we select the differential equation or the difference equation, these are in the time domain. For the complete analysis, these information must be transformed into the frequency domain also, so that we can analyze the performances of the system in time domain as well as the frequency domain. That's why there are the different types of the transformation. For the continuous system, we use the Laplace transformation, and for the Z transformation, we use for the discrete time system or the digital system, we use the Z transformation. And in the Laplace transformation, when we replace S by j omega, it must be the sigma plus j omega, but we just generally use the j omega in order to describe the oscillation. And similarly, in the Z domain, if the Z is replaced by e to power j omega, then we say that this is a frequency domain information, and that is named as the Fourier transformation. After this discussion, so many discussion, if we are getting the satisfactory result, then we will realize the model. And whatever we have learned, whatever we have discussed so far, now that all information has been included in this block using the block diagram. Now suppose we are interested in order to process some signal, or it may be some part of any circuit or the network, then this will be connected at that particular location. One thing. Second, suppose we are more and more interested for the R&D purpose, then see, if we are the mathematicians, then we have to use the difference equation or the differential equation to see. Now if we select this one here, then we will find this is a block, and if we are interested to see, this can be used in the network here or in the circuit diagram. Here we will give the signal, and the signal will be processed as per our designed algorithm here. All the information of the coefficients, etc., are displayed here. And at the same time, if we are interested for the architecture of this system, then during the time of the selection here, see, when you select this one, then you have to select the column as a channel, frame based, or element as the channel. Then we will select here the element as a channel. Then we will realize the model, and we will see how this system is realized. See here, if we select this one here, then we will get here the adder and the multiplier, etc. And now we can change the architecture or adder and the multiplier, and this will be described in detail tomorrow when we will discuss the designing of the systems. So this is just the example how we can use the toolbox. And now we are coming to today's topic here. That today we have to cover the differential equation. We have gone through some differential equation, but today we will describe some more concepts of the differential equations here. Now I think you are very clear why we are using the different types of the equations, 5 different types of mathematical equations, having very simple, very complex. Today we will discuss here some function and the commands of the differential equation. Suppose again we had come to in the analog domain, and in the analog domain, if we are interested to design any system having the memory, then as we increase the order or the complexity, it becomes more and more complex equation. But it looks like very complex, but the solution is very easy when we are using the MATLAB here. For example, in order to solve the limit, we have to use the command the limit. In order to solve the differentiation problem, we have to use the simple command, that is the difference, or the integration int. In order to solve the Taylor series here, we will use only the Taylor. In order to get the Jacobian matrix, we will use here this command here. And for the multivariable Taylor series, we will use the mTaylor function here. If we are interested for the Fourier series, then we will use the F series. And for the summation, we will use the sum. For example, if there is summation, double summation, triple summation, for that purpose we will use here this command here. And for the central difference algorithm, we will use the different underscore CTR here, the central. For the gradient, we will use the command gradient here, gradient of the function with 2 variables. And trapezoidal method for the numerical quadrature, we will use the TrapZ. And for the numerical quadrature for the single variable function, we will use the quad L. And numerical double quadrature in the rectangle region, we will use this command. And for the numerical double quadrature in a general region, we will use this one. And triple quad will be used for the numerical double quadrature in rectangular 3D zone. These are the different types of the commands which are used for the different purposes, but we have to select as per our requirement and as per our need. But we have to make a practice with all types of the functions, because these all are helpful to us time by time. When we'll move from one step to another step, see, there are the 3 things. One is we have described the block diagram, and for that purpose we use the Simulink. The second one is the dialog box. For that purpose we use the toolbox. And the first we have from where we have started our journey, that is the .m file, using the different commands in a proper sequence to get the desired result. But the first one is the most important, because in the toolbox we can learn how we will design, what are the parameters which are required, what are the methods which are used, but we don't know how these methods work, how these methods can be modified, how these methods can be enhanced. We can apply here the optimization, approximation, designing concepts given in the dialog box, but we can change them, we cannot modify them according to our need. And for the purpose of the research and in order to design the new system or to enhance the performance of the existing system, we must be aware with the programs here. But you are again suggested that first learn about the commands, then utilize the toolbox, and before moving towards the toolbox, we must be aware each and every theoretical concept of our field, so that we can properly communicate with the dialog box. Now see here, we have discussed these ordinary differential equations, that there are the different solver here depending upon the different methods. So we have already covered this things. I'm just skipping this one because we have described that if there is ordinary differential equation, then that will be written in this form. That is the first order differential equation, f of the ty. And if we are interested for the implicit or differential equation, then this will be written as the mty, that is the matrix multiplied by the y dash, and further this is a matrix here. And fully implicit ordinary differential equation, this will be described by, if fully implicit ordinary differential equation, we have to use a unique ordinary differential equation or ODE 59. Now, we have also described that if the order is very high, then that will be converted into the first order, and we will write here the y1 in terms of the y2, like that here. And suppose we are interested, in order to solve the ordinary differential equation, or we are interested more and more about the ordinary differential equation, then in MATLAB, open here the help. We will find at the first level MATLAB, then again in the MATLAB, click. After clicking, it will be opened in this manner, and from here you can select the getting started, and then examples. Please don't make noise. Here the examples and the release notes functions can be used here. Language fundamentals, we can select the language fundamentals from this one by clicking here. In the mathematics, you will find these type of the helps for the elementary maths, linear algebra, statisticals, and random numbers, interpolation, optimization, numerical integration and differentiation, and ordinary differential equation, boundary value problem, delay differential equation, partial differential equation, numerical integration, Fourier analysis, sports. These are the topics which we have covered till date here. Graphics, programming scripts, data and file management, and graphical user interface building. These are the features which are available with us. Means all the informations are with us if you have the MATLAB, or you can utilize here the concepts of the MATLAB by selecting the MathsWorks site, www.mathsworks.com. Now, as we have discussed, there are the different types of the solvers for the ordinary differential equation, and we can select any one solver. And the syntax of the solver is something like in this manner, that is, it will return into the two vector t and y, and the syntax is solver ordinary differential function equation function t span of the time, initial condition y0, then options here. Now see, we have just described here what is this one, that is the solver output here, where the solver is one of the ordinary differential solver which we have described in the previous slide, and the ordinary differential equation function is nothing but this is function handle. We have just described this syntax here, what is this one. And now suppose we are moving to a problem of the van der Waal equation, which is non-step, having that differential equation. Now see, this is the equation here, and then the first we will rewrite the equation in this form here. This equation will be solved in having the different values of the mu1 and mu1000 here. Then we will develop here the code of the system of the first order differential equation here, and the code will be something like in this manner, that is the dy dt. Here the vdp is this van der Waal equation here for the t and y, and one is mu1. And similarly here we will write it is for the mu1, and we will write here the dy by dt for the values of the y1 and the y2, and then here apply the solver. As we have discussed in the previous slides, there are so many solvers, ODE 15, 35, depending upon the different methods like the Purunja-Gupta, etc. Here we will apply here, and all the solvers have the same syntax except only the ODE 15. For the van der Waal system, you can use the ODE 45, and we are using this one here, and this is the initial condition of y1, y2 here for this purpose, and this is the values of the t. And if we apply this function here, and we will view the result here, and whatever is the result, that can be seen in the form of the plot, and in order to get the plot, we will use the same command, very simple command, that is the plot t comma y here, and now see the result here. This is the wonderful equation, having the differential equation for the mu1. These are the very simple but very useful when we are designing any system. Then the system may have this type of the differential equation or this type of the equation, then that can be solved using this one. Similarly, we can solve for the 1000, and for the mu 1000 we will get this result here. Now we are moving to the some concepts of the solving calculus problem here, because till date or the till now we have just discussed the numerical problems here. Suppose we are interested in order to solve some calculus like the integration and differentiation, then how these integration and differentiations will be solved using the MATLAB. And here we will describe the analytical solution of the calculus problem, series expansion, the numerical differentiation, numerical quadrature problem, path integral, and the surface integral chapter. Then finally we will summarize it. And just coming to this one, suppose we are interested in order to get the limit of a function fx, x is tending towards the x naught, then for that purpose we will use this syntax here, that is the L is limit function, then we will describe the function. X is the variable and then it tending towards the x naught here. Now if there are the two values x0 minus or xi plus, this may be considered as the left one and this may be considered as the right, then accordingly we will describe the limit of the function x tending towards the x0, either the left or the right here. Now suppose we have to solve the following limit problem, that is the limit x tending towards infinity, x in the bracket 1 plus a by x its power x. These are the problems which are solved by the students in the first year, and we teach them in the first year or sometimes in the intermediate also here. So we are just trying to solve these problems here. For that purpose we will use this type of the command syntax, that is the SYMS, which is the mathematical symbolic toolbox which we have described in the previous slides also. And here we will use the SYMS and we will write the command here. Now see the command. This is the command which we have written for this function here, SYMS. The variable is the x, coefficients are the a, b, and then we have described the function. We will write the limit of this one, that is the function itself, having the variable x that tending towards the infinity. Now if we are, see here, we are not mentioning here the result, so that you can check it and you can get the result, and you have to do it. Please do it. Now see here, solve the following single-sided limit problems. This is the 0 plus single-sided limit problem here. The interval is given here, that is the minus 0.1 to 0.1. Again we will use the same command here. We will describe the limit of the function here, and here we will put the right, because this is the 0 plus. And after writing we will get here the result. And again we are coming to the limit of the multivariate function. Suppose it is a function of the not only the x, but it is a function of the xy here. Then the L1, for the L1 we will the syntax will be like in this manner, that is the L1 is equal to limit and limit of the f having the variable x tending towards the x0 and y is y0, or the second one, this syntax may be followed here. Solving limit problem for the following function of the two variables, the same command which we have described, that the first limit is tending towards this, x is tending towards this one, y is tending towards infinity. Now see here, the same command will be written here. Analytical solution of the derivatives of the function. For the analytical, suppose this is the first derivative and this is the nth derivative, then take the derivative. We will use the different first differentiation of the function with respect to x, and the differentiation of the function with respect to nth differentiation of the function with respect to x. Now here see the fourth order differentiation of the function for the with respect to x has to be solved here. Then we will use the same command, and again here just putting here the hint for you that you will use this command and you have to solve it and you will get this result here. The fourth order derivative, For the fourth order derivative, suppose of the same, we will describe here the x1 and we will write here the sub, and then plot will be written here, and we will get the plot between the x1y, x1 y1, and so on here. Now partial derivatives of the multivariable function. We have to just see only this command here, nothing else more. If we see these equations, then we will find that there is so many complexity, but these complexity will be converted into the simplicity by using these commands only here. So f, we will use this one for the partial differentiation, that is this function will be differentiated with respect to x as well as the y, the mth derivative with respect to x and nth with respect to y. So here the total m plus n. This is partial differentiation. For this one, we will use this command here, that is the difference fxm yn, or this one here. In order to solve this type of the example here, suppose this is the example having the function of the x and y, and we have to differentiate it with respect. Partial differentiation has to be considered here, del z by del x and del z by del y. The same can be done by this command which we have described in the previous slide here, that describe this one function and then put this one. 3D surface as the vector contours vector field, we can write here the command. For the purpose of the contour, we will just put here the one command, that is the contour, and remain same here. And given this, and try to get the fourth partial derivative of this one, that is the del square f del x square plus del f del y del f del z here. Now for that purpose, again the same command, nothing special, we have to use the same command and we will get the result. This is the result here. Jacobi matrix, that is, if the Jacobian matrix of a function y1 y2 are described by this one, then Jacobian matrix becomes that del y1 upon del x1 del y2 del x1 in the first column, and in the second column it becomes the partial differentiation with respect to x2 and so on here. Now in order to solve the Jacobian, in order to get the Jacobian matrix, we have to utilize this command here, Jacobian. Very simple. Now see, that may be very complex or very simple here. We are just using this one. J becomes here this one, the first here the sine theta cos phi, when it is different, because there are the three parameters r, theta and phi. First will be differentiated with respect to r, so we will be get here the sine theta cos phi, sine theta sine phi. In the first one, sine theta cos phi, sine theta sine phi, and this one cos theta. Similarly, we will, if we differentiate the second one with respect to theta, we will get this column, or phi, this will be the column here. The partial derivative of the implicit function, we can get here the partial derivative of the implicit function. Implicit means something that has not been expressed, but we can understand this one. And in Hindi it is named as the antarnihit. So for that type of the function, we can use here the f differentiation of this one. And suppose we consider here the example fxy and determine the del y by del x. Very simple. Just put the command function and we will get here the result. This is the result. Derivative of the parametric equation, we will use the differentiation of the f, t and k are described here. That is, the kth derivative has to be considered. Very simple command. So these are the commands which will be utilized in order to solve the differentiation and integration. Similarly, we can use here for the purpose of the integration, definite integral and indefinite integral. For the definite integral, we will use here the int of the fx, and the limit is from a to b. And for the indefinite integral, we will consider here the command integration. F function in variable is the x, and the starts limit is the a, and the last one is the infinity, that is the infinite integral. If we are interested, suppose the integration of this function here, to find the integral of this one from a0 to b1.5 are the infinity here. Accordingly, we can solve and we can use the commands of the int only. The same concept will be adapted here also. Whatever may be the problem, it may be very simple or the very complex, but we have to remember just the command. And command is also very simple. That if we are using for the integration, then this will be the int like that here. This is also the command here, and the integration is 0 to 1, 0 to pi, and 0 to pi. And similarly, we have described it, and the numerical result will be described here. In order to get the numerical result, we have to use the BPA function. Series expansion of the function and the series summation. Now, suppose sometimes there may be a confusion that what is the name of that function. At that time, you can use the go here, and suppose we are not aware with any function here. Suppose we write this one is the BPA like that here. Then we will get here the description of the BPA. Help, then name of the command. If you are using the MATLAB, then at that time to time, please check what is the syntax related to that particular function here. If you write this one BPA, now the total description of the BPA is given here. Here, this is the numerically when we write the BPAS, it returns in this form here. Similarly, we can check all the functions, whatever we are using here. So have a patience and please make the practice on these commands, because at that when you are writing the code, trying to learn, at that time MATLAB itself will be your teacher. So try to be your teacher yourself, and again and again I am requesting that please try to do and try to learn. Now these are the mathematical integration, differentiation which we have covered, and in the tomorrow session we will try to consider some toolbox related to the differential equation and the differential equation here. And in that one we will use a particular toolbox like for the purpose of filter designing. We will describe what is the input signal, how the system is designed, how the differential equations are transformed into the S domain, how the poles 0 of the S domain are calculated using the mathematical description, and how these are analyzed using the toolboxes. And same will be done for the differential equations also, that is for the digital system also. So thank you very much for this session. If there is any query, then please you may ask the questions, and we will. Any query, please?
Sir, there are some query has been noted in the chat box section.
Oh, now I think one more thing. Professor Ram Naresh sir is here. He was busy in the meeting because he was taking a meeting. VC sir was taking a meeting, and Professor Ram Naresh sir is the Dean Students Welfare. So sir was there, and it was planned that the session will be inaugurated by the Professor Ram Naresh sir, Professor Rekha Wali madam, and Professor Pramod Kumar sir. But sir was busy, so he was not at the time of the inauguration. So I would like to submit my request to Professor Ram Naresh sir to say something about this series of the discussion and about the webinar. And sir, I also would like to submit my request to guide us about the seminar, and also to provide some feedback for the purpose of the modification. So respected Ram Naresh sir, please.
Thank you, Professor Krishnaji. Am I audible at your end?
Yes, sir.
Am I visible there?
Yes, sir. Clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm really very sorry that I could not attend in time because there was a meeting with the Technical Education Minister with all directors and vice chancellors of the state. And I and the Dean Academic Affairs was asked to be around for any information that is required by the minister. So I could not join in time. But anyway, all the network persons here in this meeting and all participants, I am really very happy to share that one of the very distinguished teacher of the university, Professor Krishnaraj, he is the main crusader and mentor of this MATLAB programming on numerical computation. He, though being a professor of electronics engineering, but he has equally mastered in the MATLAB programming. I have several times contacted him regarding the research work and the solution for my own problems. MATLAB programming is actually a very interactive interface for solving, for visualizing, for analyzing various problems of real life. Not only the engineering sciences, biological sciences, economic sciences, mathematical sciences, and many more, right from the space science to atomic energy and even the disease dynamics. All these problems are very nicely handled by the MATLAB programming. What we do when a realistic problem is converted into a mathematical model, then model needs to be solved. Very often, if it is a linear type of model, then it can be solved easily. Else, since the nature has become nowadays very complicated, so all the realistic models, I'm talking about realistic models, they are very complicated to solve directly. In that case, we have to analyze the models to get its dynamical behavior. And for this case, when the models are highly nonlinear differential equation models, then the MATLAB comes to our rescue for analyzing, for getting the behavior of the system, for its graphical representation, and many more things, wonderful things you can do with the MATLAB programming. And it is widely useful and applicable. And in fact, throughout the world, many engineering persons, scientific persons, applied persons, they are all using this MATLAB software for their own purposes. So in fact, this today is the third day on differential equations, and differential equation is one of the very important tool to mathematize the problems of real world. Then the problem is converted into mathematical ones, which can be linear or nonlinear. It can be static or dynamic. It can be deterministic or stochastic, but solutions of all such problems are there in the MATLAB. I have seen the first lecture of Professor Krishnaraj, that was basics of MATLAB programming. I really enjoyed that. Second one was the linear and nonlinear algebraic system of equations. He has very nicely explained. And today I missed it little a bit, but I will go through all the PPT that he will share later on. So I am really interested with this. And this way, during the lockdown period, when all activities are at halt, but the academic activities are very much online and they are being given to all stakeholders, be it the teachers, be it the students, or other administrators. So this way, Professor Krishnaraj has taken a lead to create the knowledge and share the knowledge to all of us for our own benefit. I am happy that all the participants who are in the network, they might have really enjoyed and learned a lot out of these deliberations that he has been giving for the last 3 days. With this view, I also hope that in the next 2-3 days, you will also learn all these activities of MATLAB programming. And then when you go for applying this knowledge to your own field, you will really enjoy and you will thank this gentleman for sharing this knowledge to yourself. With these words, I again congratulate Professor Krishnaraj and his entire team for taking this lead and taking this pain to share his knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Ram Naresh, sir. Thank you for your motivational talk. Really, sir, you are ideal for us because when we are a teacher, I really am thankful to you, sir. I am thankful to Professor Deepak Srivastav, sir, Professor Rekhawali, madam, Professor Rajni Vishnu, madam, Professor Sankwar Sahab, who are very senior professor, and
Sure.
Professor Vinay Pratap Singh, and so many our respected senior professors and deans also. They are attending the here the this webinar in order to represent that we have to learn how the learners learn. Only then we can teach them. And now all the learners has to learn how the teacher teaches so that they can teach themselves also. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All the names that you have taken here of teachers, they are really wonderful teachers.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, really, sir. They are real. Thank you very much. Now, if there are some queries, then we can go through them. And at the same time, I would like also to request Professor Rajni Vishnu, madam, who is the coordinator of the quizzes, please release the quiz. And if you have released, then madam kindly manage to arrange the quiz. And meanwhile, we will try to solve the queries here. Devchand Jaiswal, the program was not properly on chart Asia, Europe. Yeah, I think it was the pie chart. In the pie chart, you have to define the grade. Means if you write whatever you have written, there may be some mistakes because during the time of the preparation of the PPT, it is different than that of the whatever was done on the this command window. That's why I am saying again and again, please don't copy the command. You just try to understand the syntax and write the command according to the given syntax. Again, the program was not properly giving the output. It is not giving the output due to the same reason, because you are just trying to copy it. You just follow the command what was given for the pie chart, and according to the pie chart you write the values, and then after putting the values you specify the the characteristics of those graph. That is the line it specifies just after giving the values. Shruti Charan, sir, why Pretty F1 is used? Pretty F1 is a part of that command, and if any problem, I have discussed so many times, if you have any problem, any confusion, so don't wait to ask from the teacher or anybody else. You ask to yourself. Just go to the MATLAB command window, write the help, and then space and name of that function. You will get the answer. Suman Lataji, what is the BPA? Yeah, I have shown you what is the BPA, and you can, yeah, perhaps you are not you were not in the class, and if you are not getting the value, you just put here the help space and BPA. Raghav, the BPA is for the floating point arithmetic. No, floating point arithmetic is different. You just write here the VPA, floating point, and floating point arithmetic is also written. See here, not only this one. I think I have just given the BPA. See here, this is the description of the BPA, variable precision arithmetic. So this is the command, and you can see it. Just writing here the help and the BPA, you will find the full description of the BPA here. Yeah. What is the difference between the latex and the BPA? Again, the same question has been repeated here. Latex is the just like the Niskars. What is will be the output here of this one, and you can you have seen the what is the BPA here. Again, for the more description, you can write here the help latex and the help BPA. And please don't be fuzzy that you have to remember each and every command. You just go through your subject, you plan what for you are trying to do, and then accordingly you learn the commands, you learn the toolbox, and you learn the Simulink, that is the block diagram, and try to make the practices on those commands, toolboxes, and the Simulinks. Any more question? Parth Saha? Suman Mitra? No. Any more question? So just I am trying to ask some.
So there's the one question is what is sir? Sir,
Now some questions are from my side. Please,
Kiran has mentioned one question.
audience, all participants, please listen. Some questions are from my side. Whether I am audible? Whether I am audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're audible.
Okay. So, in floating point, what is the procedure? Or in any number system, what is the procedure? Okay. In MATLAB, when we use the MATLAB command, the same, if this question was asked by you people also, then we put the semicolon at the last of any command. Anybody?
सर एक्चुअली सेमीकोलन टर्मिनेट्स क्वेश्चन का रिजल्ट चाहिए होता है तो हम सेमीकोलन यूज नहीं करते हैं.
Very good. I know your name.
सर श्रुति चौहान.
Shruti Chauhan. Very good response. And the second question is, why we are trying to solve, why we have started the journey from the constant and then we have moved towards a very complex differential equation. This question is not for the mathematicians. Why we have started our journey from the constant and then we have moved step by step to the differential equations at a very high order of the differential. The question is from the engineers. Okay. Suppose we consider here I'm just taking the help of some PPT which we have discussed. What will be the order of any function? Suppose y is equal to x. What is the differential order of this one? Differential order of the function y is equal to x. Yes, please. What is the differential order of the y is equal to dx by dt?
One.
One. How you can say it is one? Because d by dx is common.
One, sir. One. Only one.
So if the equation is y is equal to x, then what will be the order of the differentiation?
Zero.
Zero order equation.
Zero order.
Equation. Very right.
Zero order. Zero order.
So as we described that if the system is static or the dynamic, when the system is static, what is the order of the differential equation in this case? Suppose we design any system and that is the static, then what must be the order of the differentiation in the static system? Okay.
Is it zero?
Yeah, it must be zero. Very right. Very right. I think again Shruti is giving the response. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose y is equal to x. Whether it is the dynamic system or the static system?
So is this static system?
Static system. Very good. Now suppose y is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx square plus 5. It is static or dynamic?
So it should be dynamic.
It should be dynamic. Any more answer? Why it should be dynamic?
So because order is different, means it's not a zero order. So I thought it can be dynamic.
Why it should be dynamic?
So
What is
because
the dynamic
order is
Dynamic-
different.
Please remember that dynamic
It is
system
independent of
has
time. It is independent of time.
memory. What is the memory?
It is
Memory
independent.
is like the delay devices. Whatever we learn, we store it so that we can reproduce it at the time of the requirement. And in the analog systems, for the purpose of the storing, we use the capacitor and the inductor. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Capacitor, inductor are the energy storing devices, and their characteristics are described by the differential equations. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So the number of the capacitors or inductors or both decides the order of the system, the order of the differential equation, or the order of the memory. And similarly, if we are in the digital domain, then the digital information are stored by which type of the devices? Flip-flop, transistor.
Registers,
Yeah,
yes, the flip-flops.
arranged in order to make a flip-flop, and flip-flop stores 1 bit information. 1 bit information is stored and it will be reproduced at the time of the requirement. Means the system will delay by the 1 unit. If the delay of 1 unit, then that is the first order system. 2, then the second, like that. Are you getting the point? That's why we have used here these equations. See, again coming to the first day, first slide. See here, first day, first slide. First of all, we have to make a decision whether the system must be the static or dynamic. Naturally, we will select the dynamic system. Then it must be analog or the digital. Now, if the system is digital, then it will be represented by the difference equation. And if the system is analog, it will be represented by the differential equation.
The slide is not visible, sir.
It is not visible. Huh?
Yes.
Is it visible? Is it visible or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here, as we discussed that, and Professor Ram Naresh sir has also referred this thing in his lecture, that we have to decide what is the type of the system from the given requirement. After getting the parameters, that is the specification, you have to decide what must be the type of the system, static or the dynamic. Naturally, we will prefer the dynamic system having the memory, and if again we will decide whether it is the analog or the digital. If the system is analog, then that will be represented by the differential equation, and it is the digital, then it will be represented by the difference equation. Now the difference equation are represented in this manner, and differential equations are represented in this manner. Now see the differential equation here. If the differentials order becomes the 0, then this equation becomes like the y is equal to x. Am I right? X plus y,
Yes,
or ax plus by. And if the ax, that is the x to the power 0, and y to the power 0, that is, it is independent from the variable, then it becomes the constant. Whether you are getting the point? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have started our journey from the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
constants. Then we have moved to this type of the system, static, and static system will be represented without any differential term, without any difference term. I'm repeating it again and again. Now, whatever is the power of the variable, It may be 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever is the power. That includes non-linearity. That is not responsible for the dynamicity. Okay, the system will be dynamic only when there is a memory, and memory is included in terms of the differential or in terms of the difference equation. Now, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
No, sir.
Clear. Okay. So that's why I have asked one question: ax cube plus y is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus 5, like that, na? So whether it is the dynamic or static system.
Static system, sir.
Static system, sir.
What is
Static.
the criteria of this one? This is the static non-linear system. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now suppose this is the equation here. This is which type of the system? Dynamic. Dynamic analog system. Na? Now suppose these coefficients bk and ak's and bk's, here we have written both the same, but one must be this must be bk and this must be the ak. If these are not changing their values with respect to time, what is the meaning of this one?
The linear time invariant.
That is the category of the linear time invariant. But what is the physical significance of this one? The response is okay. But what is the physical significance of this one? Because we are discussing about the system now. When we say these coefficients are constant, what is the meaning of this one?
So
It means suppose
The deterministic.
deterministic and not deterministic, that is the type of the LTI. LTI is also known as the deterministic here, as we have mentioned. Try to be yourself. Okay. What is the type of
Sir,
the
it could be
what is the one that AKs and PKs are called constant? Yeah, please. Means what are the AKs, BKs? Here the specifications are related to the AKs, BKs, parameters. Means AKs, BKs are nothing but they are the parameters. For example, consider the very simple example. Please listen. The very first example of engineers and mathematicians. For example, say if we consider the RC circuit, then cutoff frequency of the RC circuit is, then what is the transfer function of the RC circuit? Y is equal to ys upon xs. It becomes some constant divided by some constant plus RCS, like that. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sometimes we write it very simple form, that is 1 upon 1 plus RCS. But in general, we write here the B upon A plus RCS, like that. And how the cutoff frequency is derived? It is based on the RC. Yes or no? Please answer it. The cutoff frequency of the RCS circuit depends upon which parameters? R and C.
R and C.
R and C.
Yes, sir. Correct. Correct.
Then what is the meaning of this one? If the R and C are constant, then the time constant will remain same. AKs and VKs. Are you getting the point? AKs, VKs are nothing, but they decide, or they will be derived from the parameters of the network, or they will be utilized in order to decide the parameter of the network, or the circuit, or the system, algorithm. Now they are fixed. It means whatever is the value of the resistor, that will remain same. Now if they are changing, what is the meaning of this one? It means the cutoff frequency is changing. If that circuit is not tuned for particular frequency, the cutoff frequency will be different depending upon the different situation and the time. And such type of the requirement takes place in which situation? Where it is required in order to analyze the concept of the noise, echo, that is the statistical properties, because that is not fixed, that is not a deterministic value. We have to guess the random values. So for that purposes, we use the variable, here the AKs and BKs that are changing their value with respect to time. It means the parameters are changing their values. It means now that circuit is not fixed for a particular frequency for the cutoff, but the cutoff frequency will be different for the different situation, and that is adapting the different values, different nature depending upon the different situation. That's why it is named as the adaptive circuit or the adaptive algorithm or the adaptive mathematical model. Is it clear? Why we use the approximation? What is the meaning of the approximation? In mathematics, first we derive the equation, then we apply the approximation. Why the approximation is required?
Because we cannot get ideal results.
Because we cannot get,
means we cannot get a perfectly ideal result, so we try to move towards the more ideal conditions. That's why approximation, we use approximation to get matched with the results.
No, approximation is different, and I think you are discussing about the quantization. Approximation is a method. It is an optimization method. For example, say here we have taken the example of the approximation to design the FIR, the IIR filter using the different methods here. Approximation is a type of the transfer function, type of the algorithm that is given by the mathematicians and the scientists. Now, whatever we have derived here, that will be mapped to these approximation, right? So that we can get the roots according to those algorithms. Then we will apply here the quantization in order to decide the value of the coefficients and the signals. Okay. Now, in the number system, suppose we use 5 bit for the integer and 6 bit for the fractional value. So what will be the word length of that format? 5 bit for the integers, 6 bit for the fractional values. What is the word length in the fixed point number system? M plus n plus 1. M means number of the bits that will be utilized to represent the integers. N, number of the bits that will be utilized to represent the number of the fractional portions. And most significant bit will be utilized to represent the sign bit. Now one tutorial is for you people here. Write the single precision and the double precision representation of the 2.44. Are you getting my question? Are you getting? Please respond it. Whether you people are getting my question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please repeat it again.
All audience has to note this question, and we will start the tomorrow session by the answer of this one. 2.44 is the decimal number that has to be represented in the single precision and the double precision format. Floating point number system. Single precision means 32 bit and double precision means 64 bit. And we have to follow the IEEE 754 standard. Okay. Thank you. Any announcement? Dr. Suman? Dr. Partha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, the quiz is going on.
Is there any announcement related to the quiz?
Yeah, the quiz is going on. The link has been already shared earlier itself.
Okay.
So, participants are already performing the quiz and it is on.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow we'll resume the session at 1 p.m. sharp for the pre-quiz, and the main lecture will start from 1:20 p.m. again. You submit the quiz and leave the chat room.
Before leaving the chat, please submit the quiz and then leave. And then you can leave.